Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our summer fantasy movie league draft. So, if you guys like fantasy sports, that's basically what we're doing here. But we are doing it with all movies for the summer. So, basically, we have a window from June 1st to August 31st. Will and I have to draft 8 movies each, so 16 total. And basically, we are going to draft movies that we think will do well at the box office relative to the budget, the Rotten Tomatoes score, and the Rotten Tomatoes average score, as well as the Letterboxd score. So there are 5 different criterias that we are going to be drafting on, and I'll put all of the scoring system in the description. We are kind of working it out ourselves. This is something we just came up with, but we're planning on doing this every quarter. So make sure you're subscribed and following along. And Will and I can also trade movies. So, for example, if I draft a movie that doesn't perform well, I can try to trade it to Will for a movie that maybe hasn't released yet, that's probably not going to do as well. And we also have one drop and free agent pickup. So, our free agent pickup has to be a movie that hasn't released yet. So, if some movie just happens to light the world on fire and make a ton of money at the box office, we can't just drop our worst movie and pick that one up. That would kind of be cheating. The idea here is to sort of project movies that we think will do well and put some movies on your radar as well. So we'll have the first pick in our last draft on Tom Cruise movies. So I have the first overall pick in this draft, and I'm kind of in a hard spot because there's some movies I want here. I'm going to go with the movie that I think will do well. I think it'll make money, but it does have a pretty big budget. You know what? I'm going to go with the safe pick because the last 3 movies in this franchise have made $1 billion, and I like the creative decisions they're going with here. I like the director, like the writer. I'm going Jurassic World Rebirth with my first pick. I believe in David Kep and I believe in Gareth Edwards, even though I hate the last 3 movies, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes. But Will, you're on the clock.
Oh, that's a dagger. I was really hoping that movie would fall to two.
It's probably not going to do well on Letterbox. So there's that.
There is that, but I mean, amongst all movies, it's probably the safest, quote unquote, to make $1 billion. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, with my first pick, I'm going to snag Superman.
Yeah. That was the other one.
I think that, I mean, when we did our projections early, like going into 2025, I think this movie could easily, no, no, sorry, I should say easily, but I could see it hitting 2 billion if it's as good as we all hope it could be.
I
I don't
hope
actually
you're
think
right,
it's going to.
but
I don't
yeah.
think it'll actually hit 2 billion, but I think a billion is definitely in the realm of possibility.
Mhm.
Oh, now it gets a little tricky. Um, no, I'm going to go with F1, the Brad Pitt
Ooh,
movie.
I like that pick. I
Yeah.
like that pick. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, I really thought you were gonna take that one. Now I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna take a movie that I think is gonna do really well on Letterboxd. I think it's gonna have good critic scores. It's a horror movie that Jordan Peele actually fired his manager over because he didn't acquire the rights to the movie. So I think this movie is gonna be freaking awesome. I'm gonna take Zach Kreger's Weapons. Has about a $35 million budget. If it makes 3 times that, which I think is very possible if the movie's good, I think I'll be sitting well, especially with my Jurassic World pick. And my next one, ooh, I do have some intel on this because it did premiere at CinemaCon, and the consensus was it's good, not great, but it's going to make money because it's family friendly entertainment. I'm going to take the How to Train Your Dragon remake.
Oh,
I think it
okay.
I can see it getting like a 75% Rotten Tomatoes, maybe a 3.4 on Letterboxd, and just making like $800 million.
Okay. Well, I mean, that leaves me with no choice but to take Fantastic Four
Hmm.
with my first pick, or I don't even pick, I can't, third pick, second pick, third pick. Um, I
I
have
hope
to. That movie's going to make money. How much is to be determined.
I hope it's
Um,
good. But it's volatile. I'll say
it
that.
is. It is. That's why it fell so much.
Yeah.
With my fourth pick, I am going to also go the horror movie route. It's not a franchise that I'm particularly fond of,
Hmm.
but I know is very, very high on a lot of people's lists. I'm taking 28 years later.
I was looking at that too. It has a fairly big budget. That's my only concern. Um, It's going to be a good year for horror. So some movies going to sink, some are going to swim. It's going to be interesting to see. But people are really excited for that. That trailer got a ton of views. Directed by Danny Boyle again. Okay.
And Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it. I'm
Mhm.
not saying that's a good or
I
bad
believe
thing, but
Cillian Murphy's in it too, right?
I think he is.
Yeah, I think he was in the trailer as like a zombie. Um, I'm gonna stick the family friendly route because there's been a lot of big family friendly movies just make insane box office, like Mufasa and Moana 2 last year did very well. Inside Out 2, Despicable Me. Ah, actually, I don't know about this one. It's an original film, and I haven't loved the trailers. But Elemental did well. I'm gonna take it anyways. I'm gonna take Elio, which is the new Pixar movie. Doesn't look like Pixar's best, and Pixar original movies lately haven't necessarily done well, but it looks like a fun family movie. So I'm going to take it with my fourth pick there. And then next up, oh boy, this is where it gets tough already. I'm going to take a movie that very easily could get lost in the shuffle, but I believe in the creative team and I love the trailer. And there's really nothing else like this coming out this summer. I'm going to take the Naked Gun remake with Liam Neeson. I thought that trailer was hilarious. And I love Lonely Island, the team behind it. So,
They've got some they actually released some posters today um with Pam Anderson and oh, I believe that wasn't Liam Neeson. There's another actor that they were featuring. That's a good
hmm.
pick. Um, let's
Oh,
see.
shoot, ugh, there's a couple I still want on the board.
Yeah, okay. With my next pick, I am going to go the animated route as well. It's one I haven't really heard a whole lot about, but it's got a pretty good cast. I'm gonna go with Animal Farm.
Oh, is that with Andy Circus? The movie he's directing.
Andy Circus fantasy comedy drama. It has Seth Rogen, Steve Buscemi, Glenn Close, Laverne Cox, Kieran Culkin, Woody Harrelson, Jim Parsons, Kathleen Turner, and Andy Circus.
Okay, it's a different type of movie for Andy Circus for sure, but I
It,
don't mind
it
that.
is. I feel like there's a big push in international animated films right recently. I'm thinking it could be a quiet hit. This could be a line if you've been listening in on us. I don't think this movie's probably not going to make a whole. It might not make any money. However, it might be very very highly rated. I'm going Predator: Killer of Killers.
Is that the animated one?
That is the animated one.
Okay. For the record, Will, I do believe that is a streaming exclusive,
It is.
but it could
Um,
be really freaking awesome.
it could be, yes.
Okay. A lot of animation on our board already. Um,
Mostly safe picks because like go kids.
yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take Ballerina.
Okay.
I think people love John Wick. People love Ana de Armas. I think Keanu Reeves is in it. The last John Wick movie didn't have a huge budget either, so I would imagine that they can keep this budget probably even lower than that. Again, I think there's really not that many great picks for box office left. So I'm going to go with the movie that I just think looks freaking awesome, and that is Darren Aronofsky's new movie Caught Stealing with Austin Butler,
Ooh,
where he plays a ex-baseball player who is now committing heists.
that was a good pick. I'm a little that was gonna be on my next bit. Oh, okay. Okay. I am going I'm probably going to regret this. But I'm going to take such a good cast. For my second last pick, I'm going to take Eddington.
Oh, the Ari Aster movie.
Yes. It's got a great cast in it.
People love Ari Aster.
And I mean, it's got Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, Austin Butler.
Hmm.
That is it's a good cast. The thing that's scaring me is it's got a 148-minute runtime.
Critics usually don't look past that. We'll actually know how well it's doing because it's going to premiere at Cannes any day now.
That is also
Um,
true. Yes.
I mean, he's director of Hereditary, but his last movie, Beau is Afraid, did not do very well. But it's supposed to be like a satire on like COVID and stuff. It could be really, really, really good, or it could just be a movie at a festival that people really don't talk about in a couple months. Honestly, so that's interesting.
Okay. I
That's
have
not where I
one.
thought you'd go. Is this your last pick?
This is my last pick coming up. Oh, I'm like you. I'm not a big fan of this movie's for the first one of this movie. Um,
Yep.
this movie produced produced very good numbers in its first movie. The sequel it probably won't be as good. It probably won't be as great. However, I'm gonna go Megan 2.0.
Yeah, I can't stand that movie. That's the one
I
I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I mean that's I was the first one did so well at the box office.
It did, and a
So
very cheap budget too.
yeah, and I'm imagining that this one's probably not as well received, but I mean it I don't know. I don't think the budget's gonna be very big. It's on a Blumhouse movie, so
I'm going to take the new Dave Franco and Alison Brie horror thriller Together.
good
It's already
pick.
premiered. It's got great reviews. It's kind of being compared to The Substance from last year, which was nominated for Best Picture. I don't know if it even does that well, but horror movies tend to do well. I don't think this would have a crazy budget. So I'm pretty happy with my list here, Will. So going
Uh,
through our lists, with the first overall pick, I took Jurassic World Rebirth, and then I took Weapons, How to Train Your Dragon, Elio, The Naked Gun, Ballerina, Caught Stealing, and Together. Will, you had Superman, F1, Fantastic Four, First Steps, 28 Years Later, Animal Farm, Predator, Killer of Killers, Eddington, and Megan 2.0. Will, what are some honorable mentions that you're looking at here?
um, yeah, I was looking at the Toxic Avenger.
I was looking at
Uh,
that too.
I don't think it's gonna do well at all in terms of box office, but this is a movie that I've been waiting to see for 2 years.
Mhm.
Um, but other ones, Materialists was another one I was thinking of. Smurfs. I was very debatable on Smurfs.
It's going to make money, but it had a horrible trailer. I
Yeah,
believe
that's
it
what
comes
is.
out. I believe it comes out the same day as Superman,
I believe it does too, which
something
also
like that.
played a role in that. And there's another one was where'd it go? Hold on.
Another one that people are probably wondering why we didn't draft is Happy Gilmore 2. And a couple of reasons for that. It's going straight to Netflix, and you never really know with Adam Sandler these days. It could be really horrible.
And it's not gonna make any money.
Well, exactly.
Uh,
Freakier Friday as well.
I debated that one. It's not one that I'm not a fan of the
Give a shit
original.
about.
Yeah,
I
like
don't.
it's yeah, I don't know. Life of Chuck was another one I was kind of curious about.
Well, that
Um,
starts. It's theatrical window at the end of May. That's when I was looking
oh,
at.
does it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but it won People's Choice at TIFF. It already has a 3.7 on Letterboxd. Love Mike Flanagan. Potential Best Picture nominee. Honestly,
Yeah, like I said, it was one I was really looking at, but there's another where was the other? There's a comedy that could be um oh, where is it? Not Bride Hard. That's gonna be bad.
we'll have some better.
Oh, other one that I was thinking about, it's a comedy one. It could do very, very well. It could also do really bad. It's Heads of
Mhm.
State starring John Cena and Idris Elba.
Heads of State.
Heads of State, yeah.
Is it getting a theatrical release? Will
Yeah, opens on
July or
July 2nd.
I think it's straight to digital though. At
Is it?
least from what I'm seeing.
Oh, it is Amazon. Okay. Ooh, I dodged a bullet there. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was a theatrical release. I didn't realize it was a Prime. Ooh, ooh.
We'll have a better idea of some of these movies after Cannes, which is about to start any day. I mean, Eddington is premiering there. Maybe there'll be some good free agents that'll pop up after Cannes.
Yes.
And make sure you're subscribed and following us on our podcast as well, Infinite Sports and Film. Next episode, we're going to be talking about, or the episode after Cannes, I should say. We're going to be talking about movies I think will be nominated for Best Picture this year. And make sure you're following us for this series. And at the end of September or so, once most movies have ended their theatrical run. We'll tally up and see who won. Once again, all of the rules are in the description. And we're going to have some more movie drafts coming up soon. We're going to do movie posters, opening scenes, final scenes, maybe movie taglines, something like that. If you guys have any great ideas that you want us to do, make sure you leave them in the comments. And Will, you have a good night, my friend.
You as well.